Hey YouTube, I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm here to talk about Miss Blue Ivy Carter today. If you hear me sniffle, if you hear me cough, no, I do not have coronavirus. It's actually very normal and routine for me to get a little cold around this time of year. I don't usually take any medicine or go see a doctor. My body just naturally heals itself. This is a normal thing for me. So, no, I do not have coronavirus. Anyway, yes, I'm here to talk about Miss Blue Ivy Carter, aka Beyonce's daughter, aka Beyonce's manager, aka a superstar in the making. I'm so proud of Miss Blue Ivy Carter. I've always known that this little girl was destined to be a star. She was destined for greatness, and we're just watching it before our very eyes. The child is thriving, she's flourishing, she's growing quickly, and we're seeing it right before our eyes. And I'm just so proud, and I definitely see her gradually growing into whatever it is she decides to do. Honestly, I see Blue Ivy doing everything. I see her acting, I see her modeling, I see her singing, I see her rapping, I see her dancing, I see her producing, I see her writing. Hell, I believe that she could even be the freaking president. Like, I see Blue Ivy being capable of doing everything. Um, Not just from what we see in the public eye, but also by the way her family talks about her. And everything that she's been through, well, she probably doesn't know the shit that has been said about her online, but for us to see people attack this girl just for being herself, and then to see her flourish into what she's becoming, it's just so amazing to see. So anyway, Blue Ivy has booked her first job that does not involve Beyonce. We all know that Blue has been working since she was in the womb, child. She was on tour with Beyonce. She was in Beyonce's belly while Beyonce was dancing on stage and performing. She was all up in Beyonce's music videos when she was a baby. She was on Jay-Z's Glory song that was the first time she hit the Billboard 200 chart. This child has already won a BET award. She has already won an NAACP award, and her future is just bright. And she booked her first job that does not include something with her parents. She is going to be narrating. Well, she has already narrated the book Hair Love. Hair Love is a novel about a little black girl whose father learns how to do her hair. And at first, it's a struggle for him, but he takes his time, he does his research, and he learns how to do his daughter's hair. And him doing his daughter's hair not only boosted the little girl's confidence, but it boosted the father's confidence as well. And it helped the mom out. And a lot of people who may not know, but hair is so important in the black community. A lot of little black girls, we have to be very careful how we talk about our daughter's hair. Now, I don't have a daughter personally, but I have nieces, and I was a little black girl myself at once, and I used to hate my hair. I used to hate my kinks. I used to hate my coils. My parents didn't know how to properly take care of my hair, so it fell out, it was damaged, and it wasn't until I got older that I did my research that I learned how to take care of my hair properly. And now my hair has just flourished. It's a big, beautiful afro that shrinks, but when it stretches, my hair is past my shoulders now. It's healthy, it's thick, and it's beautiful the way that it grows from my scalp. So this book is so important because it teaches our little girls self-love, and it teaches parents that it's very important that we do our research about our children's hair, that we take care of our children's hair according to our children's hair texture. We have to love our children's hair for the way that their hair is, and we have to nourish their hair based on what their hair needs, not based on what we want their hair to look like, not based on what another little girl's hair look like. We have to embrace our children's hair the way it grows out of their scalp, and we have to do what that hair needs. We have to treat that hair for what the hair needs, and you will see the hair flourish and thrive, and it will be beautiful. All hair is beautiful as long as it's healthy, as long as it's clean and moisturized, and it's being well taken care of. All hair is beautiful. That's why I love this book, Hair Love. The mini film actually won an Academy Award, so this was a huge deal. And it's an even bigger deal because Miss Blue Ivy is the narrator for the film. And you guys, when I say she did an amazing job, this child did an amazing job. Now, I know a lot of y'all are thinking, like, well, she only got the job because she's Beyonce's daughter, and she's only getting these opportunities because she's Beyonce's daughter and Jay-Z's daughter, and, you know, these opportunities are just being given to her. And I just want to address that really quickly. Yes, Blue Ivy is being put in these positions because of her privilege. You know, she's a black girl, but she does have the privilege of being wealthy, of having all these opportunities and having access to the best education and the best, you know, resources. Yes, she does have privilege, but the child does have the talent to do the job correctly. It's not like these parents who pay to get their kid in college, but the kid can't even take the test to get into college. Like, you have a lot of these parents, these super rich parents. We all know this. It was a huge scandal. We have super rich parents who pay to get their kids in these elite schools, and they cheat to get their kids in. Like, they have other kids take the test for their kids. They're photoshopping their kids' faces onto other kids' faces to lie and act like their kid does sports. It's not like that situation. That situation is not like Blue Ivy's situation. Blue Ivy actually has the talent and the skill to carry out these jobs that she's being given. I believe that if Blue Ivy were a normal little girl, well, when I say normal, I mean quote unquote normal. If Blue Ivy were not famous, if her parents were not famous, I believe that she would still get jobs like this. If you listen to the book, she sounds very professional. She reads very clearly. She speaks very properly. And the child was acting, okay? She voiced the dad. She voiced the mom. She voiced the little girl. She used different emotions, you know, her tone, you know, everything. You can tell that she really put a lot of effort into it. And that, you know, she took it seriously. It wasn't just her reading a book. She was really narrating this book and giving you emotion, giving you acting, giving you an experience. And I don't mean to be over the top and dramatic, but it was really good job. And I'm so proud of Blue. So let me go ahead and oh, sorry, but let me continue talking about the whole opportunity thing. So yes, Blue Ivy has privilege, but isn't that what we want for all of our kids? Like, aren't y'all tired of seeing black people get everything out the mud? Aren't you tired of seeing black people clock into jobs that they hate and dealing with racist job policies and racist corporate policies and racist bosses? Like, aren't y'all tired of seeing black people slave for people who don't give a fuck about them? Wouldn't you rather see black people have the same stepping stool that a lot of these other kids have? You know, black people have to work 10 times harder to achieve what their white counterparts achieve. Even if they have the same qualifications, the same education, the same skill set, black people still have to work 10 times as harder. Aren't y'all tired of that? Like, aren't you tired of black people having to struggle and suffer just to be successful? I'm not saying that hard work should be omitted. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have to work hard anymore, but I'm saying that we should not have to struggle anymore. We are not in those days anymore. You know, things are still hard for us. They're not easy for us, but they are easier than they were. Aren't y'all tired of struggling? Aren't y'all tired of seeing black women break their backs and come home stressed out trying to work 2 jobs just to start a business? When what if her parents saved some money up for her? And wouldn't it be better if the parents like saved money for her so that she didn't have to like work 3 different jobs just to keep her bills paid and start her business and have a little extra for emergencies? Like, aren't y'all tired of struggling? Whatever happened to generational wealth? Whatever happened to wanting generational wealth for our black communities? so that we don't have to go slave for a boss that's racist or a corporation that's racist. A lot of these corporations are still discriminating against Black people, Black women. They have so many policies against our hair, you even have Black women who are shamed for their bodies, like their figures. Aren't y'all tired of slaving for these corporations and these bosses that don't give a fuck about us, when we could build our own economy, build our own wealth, and have our own success without having to struggle and slave for it? I would rather a Black girl, work hard and achieve what she wants to achieve without having to struggle through the mud for it. Not to be rude, but a lot of women, to get to where they need to get, they have to make a lot of sacrifices. They have to really sell their dignity. They have to sell their pride. They have to really submit and do some things that they don't want to do just to go to a better place. Aren't y'all tired of that? Like, did y'all see y'all moms struggle? Did y'all see y'all moms come home exhausted just to keep food on the table? Aren't y'all tired of seeing that? Like, aren't you tired of seeing kids and students work 3 jobs just to stay in school and keep their bills paid? Wouldn't you rather they already had a little trust fund saved up so that they could just focus on school and not have to worry about working to keep the bills paid? Like, aren't y'all tired of seeing that? I said all that just to say, and I didn't mean to go on a rant like that, but I am so happy that this little Black girl has parents who created generational wealth for her. I wish that on every single Black family. I wish that every Black family can create generational wealth for their children, their grandchildren, and their children to come. Because guess what? These families like Walmart, these families like the Waltons who own Walmart, they're going to be eating for generations. They're going to be rich for generations. They're never going to have to slave for somebody else. They're never going to have to sell their dignity. They're never going to have to compromise who they are just to keep food on the table and to achieve their goals. They're going to be able to achieve what they want to achieve and do it freely without fear of repercussions because they're working for somebody else. I want that for every single honest, good Black family. I want us all to be able to have generational wealth and create generational wealth for our family throughout many, many generations so that we don't have to slave and struggle and suffer at the hands of somebody else. So kudos to all of these Black parents, including Beyonce and Jay-Z, who worked hard, who got past the system, and who created generational wealth for their families for generations to come. I'm glad this little 8-year-old Black girl didn't have to eat ramen noodle soup for months at a time. I'm glad she never went hungry. I'm glad she never had to struggle just to be able to accomplish her dreams. I'm sure she worked hard. I'm sure she practiced. I'm sure she had to re-narrate the book many times. That comes with hard work. But hard work and struggle are just two different things to me. I want her to work hard, but I don't want her to have to struggle. And I want that for every Black child, every Black family. I want you guys to be able to work hard, but I don't want you to have to continue to work 10 times as harder and struggle to achieve the same thing that someone else achieved in a lot less time simply because of their skin color. Anyway, that was my little rant. I know a lot of people, and a lot of it's truly jealousy. A lot of people are just jealous of how privileged some other kids are, and I just don't see it that way. If this child was acting like a brat, if this child was being rude, if this child was just acting crazy, then I could understand where the resentment comes from. But if this is a person who is respectful, they behave well in public, and they carry themselves with decency, I don't see why people are angry at her for having this opportunity. But again, like I said, a lot of it's just jealousy. But let me go ahead and, let you guys read or hear Miss Blue Ivy narrate some of this book. Let's see.
Daddy smiled. Can I help too? It'll be a piece of cake, Zuzu. The first style was a big no way. The second was no better. No, Daddy. Then Daddy tried slicking my hair back into 2 puffs. Ouch, Daddy yelled. Wait a minute, Daddy said as he reached into the drawer and pulled out a pick. Ta-da! Daddy, really? I said. I'll be right back, he promised. Now, how's that? He asked, pulling a hat down over my eyes. Daddy, come on. We can do better than that. I really need my hair to be special. Don't worry, he said. We'll figure this out. Then I had a great idea. Daddy gathered all the tools we needed, and we were set. Watching carefully, Daddy combed, parted, oiled, and twisted. He nailed it! Funky puff buns! Pretty, and so much fun! Rocky approved too. I put on my superhero cape as the final touch to a perfect look. Where's my Zuzu? Mommy called from the door. She could not get in the house fast enough.
Alright, so y'all just heard Miss Blue doing a damn thing. If you guys want to hear the whole book, it's only like $10, or you can go listen to a sample of it. It's anywhere audiobooks are available. I believe that I got mine from Amazon. And like I said, it's only $10, but they also have, a sample version there as well. So yeah, you guys just heard Blue. Like I said, she sounds very professional. She's reading very clearly. She's using different emotions. She's acting out the different characters. And I can truly see this child, doing voice acting, whether it's for Disney, for Netflix, for Nickelodeon, whatever she decides to do. I can truly see Blue Ivy doing an amazing job as a voice actress and everything else. Like, her possibilities are endless. I see her doing everything she puts her mind to. And, it's so sweet to see this because, everyone had such high hopes for this child, besides the haters hating, and I want to say this real quick. I think that the hate that Blue Ivy gets is mainly people who just don't like her parents. Like, if you're just not a Beyonce fan, or you just hate Beyonce for whatever reason, a lot of y'all are just excluding that hate onto Blue Ivy. You literally have no reason to hate an 8-year-old child who has done nothing to no one. And this child is beautiful. Like, people won't admit it. Like, those people won't admit it. But everyone who's not biased and who's not crazy and ignorant and just hateful towards Beyonce for no reason, anyone who will look at this child can see that she's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's talented, and, she's a blessing to this world. Anyone who is not biased against Beyonce can see that. This is a beautiful, intelligent, talented child, and I just can't wait to see what she does in the future. And that could be sooner than later. I mean, it's just so amazing to see. It's just so amazing to see Blue grow up and flourish, and we see her in the studio with her mom. I mean, this child has been in the studio her whole life. I mean, even when she was a baby, she was in the studio with her mom. So this child is growing up seeing all of this, and it's only natural for her to, move into this type of industry. It's only natural. It's all she knows. I mean, she's been in the studio since she was a baby, watching her mom work, watching her dad work. It's within her. It's within her. And, it's natural for her to take up opportunities like this because that's all she knows. That's what she's been seeing her whole life. We see her in music videos. We see her dancing. We see her, singing even. We see her rapping. Like, this child is just naturally going to evolve and grow into this amazing entertainer. And I just see that for her future. Like, I just see that for her. And, I remember maybe a while ago, Beyonce said that she wouldn't want her kids to be famous, but, it seems like Beyonce is the one who's encouraging Blue to, go into this type of industry. I mean, maybe Blue went to Beyonce one day and said, Mom, I want to do this. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to act. I want to produce. I want to, be on the video set and take pictures and pose and things like that. And I think Beyonce just took the time and said, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this my way. So I think this book is just Blue Ivy's like test. Like, if she can handle the book, let's see if she can handle a feature. If she can handle a feature, let's see if she can have her own show. Like, I think Beyonce is very protective of her child, and she's just gradually grooming Blue into, having these types of jobs and, taking baby steps. Instead of just throwing her straight into a movie or straight into a TV show, let's start with a book. You know what I mean? Like, let's start with that. And it's a beautiful thing to see, because Beyonce started working right around this age. People forget that. You have a lot of people saying, well, look at how all these child stars, came out, and look at how they're all acting crazy. I want to say this real quick. What y'all fail to realize is that a lot of these kids who grew up after being child stars, who went crazy, who grew up to be crazy, a lot of those kids did not have support or protection when they were kids. A lot of these parents are very thirsty, and they are willing to do anything to be famous. So they will leave their kids in the studio with grown people by themselves for hours at a time. They will let their kids go to parties with adults. They will let their kids do whatever, as long as they were getting a check and as long as, they were going to be famous. But you had some parents who actually have boundaries, who watched their kids, who protected their kids, who taught their kids right from wrong, and who to hang around and who not to hang around. And, they were there, and they never took their eyes off their kids. They never left their kids. They protected their kids like parents are supposed to. They set boundaries. And there are plenty of, child stars who today are doing quite well. A lot of people forget about Tia Tamera. And what about Beyonce herself? A lot of people forget that Beyonce started working at 9 years old. If you don't know, you need to go watch some documentaries, because there's footage of Beyonce rehearsing, dancing, singing, recording, and being on TV sets at 9 years old. This woman has been working since she was 9 years old, working long, full-time hours, overtime hours, and she has evolved into this mega superstar that we all know her to be today. A lot of people think that Beyonce was made overnight. They believe that, everything was handed to her, but that's just not true. Beyonce is also one of those kids who didn't come from a struggle. She came from a 2-parent household. Both of her parents had good jobs. Her mom owned her own business. Her father was a salesman. They owned a beautiful home in a really good neighborhood. And Beyonce went to private school. But just because Beyonce didn't come from the mud, just because she didn't struggle, it doesn't mean that she never worked hard. Beyonce worked super duper hard to get to where she is now. And, she has a lot of that to thank to her parents, who protected her, who guided her, and who supported her. Her father was her manager. Her mother was her stylist / everything. They watched those girls. They protected them. So I believe that if Jay-Z and Beyonce do the same thing for Blue, which obviously I'm pretty sure they would, Blue would be just fine, you guys. She would be just fine. If she picked up a Disney deal today, I have no doubt in my mind that Beyonce and Jay-Z took really, really good consideration of everything. I'm pretty sure they talked to Blue about it, and they really, really tried to help her understand that this is going to be hard. This is what could happen. You're not going to have time for this. You're not going to have time for that. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of fun just to work. So if Blue came out with a Disney deal or some type of deal tomorrow, there's no doubt in my mind that J and B have already set up some boundaries and made sure that this is what Blue wants to do, and make sure that Blue can handle it. But anyway, you guys, that's what I wanted to say about that. Again, I'm so proud of Miss Blue. Her future's bright. I'm so happy to see her flourish. She's flourishing before our eyes, you guys. She's growing up, and I'm so proud of her, and her future's bright. And, I'm so excited for this next generation of Black girls, period. Not just Blue Ivy, but all of the Black girls in the world who, because we're becoming more progressive. Obviously, we have a lot more to go. Like, we have a lot to go. But I do see that a lot of people are becoming more progressive. They're learning knowledge of self, and they're embracing their natural selves, and we're all becoming a little bit more educated, and we're teaching self-love, we're teaching, confidence and respect and self-knowledge to our children, to our black children. And I'm so excited for this next generation of black girls, black boys, and these are going to be some intelligent, self-loving, natural, happy, talented, intelligent children. So yeah, I'm very excited for this next generation of kids. Congratulations again to Blue Ivy. I cannot wait to see this child on the big screen. All right, y'all, I'm out.